Friends and subscribers, this is China News for February 2013. So what's happening in the PRC? Well, we've just rang in the new Chinese New Year, Year of the Snake, and with that, the Chinese have started this month a gold ETF to debut. This gold ETF that will be opened in China will allow fund management companies such as Huaiyan and others to offer ETFs based on the spot price in the Shanghai Gold Exchange, much as like other ETFs do around the world. By July 2012, over 240 gold ETFs worth a combined value of $140 billion US were trading worldwide, and the Chinese want in on the action. Now already you can buy gold and silver, paper gold and silver, at many of the banks here in China and trade them through your savings account online, and I'll show you more about that later. But this gold ETF is designed for big investors and big traders to get in on the action and generate more revenue worldwide. Just this past week there was a major discovery of gold in Inner Mongolia. Now the amount of gold initially discovered there by development companies is over 100 tons. Now that number could increase, of course, as they continue to develop the resources in Mongolia, but it's a significant gold find, and they think that it will develop eventually into being perhaps over 1,000 tons of gold in Mongolia. We all know that China is developing gold reserves in Africa and other countries. China is now the biggest gold miner in the world, and the Mongolian strike is just going to improve their situation as far as gold deposits and gold development going forward. We had seen a dip in car sales recently, but they're back on the rise. China's monthly car sales, as you see in this graph, shows that in December 2012 and now January 2013, they have come back with a vengeance. The car sales here listed have gone up substantially to 1,704,185 in January 2013. In July this past year, they had gone down. They were just over 1 million car sales, so that is encouraging. Although I will say that the Japanese cars have been hit hard here in China, mostly due to the Diaoyu Sanaka Island vehicle imports in 2012. I just told you a short time ago here on the number of car sales in China, but here's the imports. You can see that they're also going up. What's been more dramatic, though, is that the imports of cars have been coming largely more from Europe and United States than Japan. Japanese companies have been hurt very severely here based on the spat with the island disputes, and that should continue. So what's bad for the Japanese when it comes to cars may be good for German manufacturers and American companies. Obama proposal targets talent to boost economy. This article really got my attention because what Obama had been saying here several weeks ago was that they need to have more visas for Chinese people to come and work in the United States because, as Obama says, that there aren't enough skilled workers in the United States to do some of the high-tech and engineering jobs that are going to be needed going forward during the recovery. Well, I will disagree with Mr. Obama on that. There are a lot of skilled professionals in the United States, in Canada, in Europe that are looking for work that have the qualifications that simply are not getting a fair shake. And to come out with this rhetoric on how Chinese workers should be given more work visas in the United States is ridiculous. This has been a growing trend that had been happening for the past decade or so. But now really in the forefront, a lot of these car companies such as Rolls-Royce and Bentley and the exotic Italian car manufacturers are targeting China directly because this is the growth market. I had a video a while back when I was in Nanjing, and I was shocked to see that in downtown Nanjing, in the Xinjieko area, there were several luxury car companies that were opened, and across the street from these new dealerships were mom and pop stores, much as they had been for years in China. So with that one street, you could see the gentrification in Chinese cities and how rapidly luxury goods are coming to the forefront, and alongside with the traditional shops and stores. So the wealth divide is tremendous. I'll get to more of that later. And luxury car sales are one sign of the wealth divide. 3D printing not just happening in the United States but also in China now. For large and even small and medium-sized companies, 3D printing is something that is a bit of a wave of the future. Companies are starting to make housewares out of 3D printing factories that are set up, rather inexpensive, and they think that this is really going to help the mom and pop companies that want to have a niche market for housewares and other goods that will make them more competitive with the big manufacturers. Significant that Lenovo is threatening to take over the world PC market as number one. PC sales for Lenovo have been very good. HP is still at the forefront, followed by Dell, Acer, Asus, which is a Taiwan manufacturer of PCs. Apple has a lower percentage of that, obviously, but I think that going forward, Lenovo should overtake HP sometime this year. Global handset sales by vendors. This is in quarter 4 of 2012. It tells you the trend going forward. Samsung, Nokia, Apple, ZTE, LG, and the rest. Lenovo following at the rear of those handset sales in China, but they're again just really coming to the game a little bit late in handset sales of mobile phones. Samsung has a dominating lead here, and I believe in the West they're neck and neck with Apple. In the China Daily newspaper, Japan's Abe and Mr. Bernanke from the Federal Reserve, both of them using quantitative easing to put great lumps on the world economy. That will continue. Currency debasement is assured, and don't be fooled by the rhetoric. They're going to continue to debase dollars, yen, and other currencies. So that is why you should be holding precious metals regardless of the spot price. It doesn't really matter. You have no other options.